We'll see if this works. This is the new way. We're doing it live because of the higher video quality, and then some of you guys are in the super chats and still testing. This way I don't have to use my high definition. I don't have to save or render anything. I'm basically skipping an entire step. We just go straight to the recording. It uploads. I'm done. Stefan writes, hey, Aaron, longtime fan here. I was hoping you could make a video on this. You can use all the information as well as my first name, but let's just keep my last name private. I always do, guys. You're not going to use my pictures and send them out. Like, why? Why would I shoot myself in the foot like that? I'll try to make this as concise as possible. Long story short, I just got let go from a job in the tech industry. Many people would think this is awful, but I'm incredibly happy. It's not a job I would have voluntarily quit, but it happened. And immediately following the news, I was incredibly happy and optimistic about my future. I didn't realize how much I hated this industry, my job, and how truly unhappy I have been doing this type of work. If it's any consolation to you, if the employees hate their jobs, the bosses probably hate their jobs even more. This old canard that the boss is always right and the employees are always wrong is exactly that. It's a canard. It's a lie. And if you think they're living on top cloud nine, no. If bosses got to be firing people, the shit is bad. Their job sucks. If they have people quitting on them, if they're dealing with fucking labor issues, they have poorly managed their resources. And I'm not saying that so you feel better about your dickhead boss. Your boss is a dickhead because your boss is incompetent. I've seen it. Not one job either I've quit or got fired from, which was actually quite few, surprisingly. Those companies are not around. Those divisions are not around. They didn't make it more than 2-3 years after. Or they had in one employer's case, they had a massive scaling down. And it shows it's not you. It's not you. Labor is very commoditized. It's the same quality wherever you go. It's like, okay, it's the same tool. Okay, how you boss is going to manage it? Shittily, I see. Oh, what? I wonder if you'll be around in a couple years. You're not? Oh, my goodness. I am certain that I will never have a job in the tech industry again. The first thing I thought was my future and different career path, although I wish I had been working on something for the past few years. I feel as this is opportunity for me to get on a career path I truly want to be on, which is the medical field. Essentially, the advice I am needing is to get into the medical field via the non-traditional route. I'm 32 years old. I have an IQ of around 130, sorry. I'm in great physical and mental health, married, one child, and plan on having more. I live in the Midwest. There's a medical school about 20-30 minutes away from me and don't plan on living anywhere else. I'm originally from California. Very minimalist person, libertarian. I agree with the majority of what you said over the years. I don't necessarily have to pursue an MD program, although I would like to, but the medical field is where I need to be. I'm open to other career paths in this field, such as a physician's assistant, anesthesiologist assistant, etc. Ultimately, if I did pursue an MD program, I'd like to go in anesthesiology. It's the religion of anesthetics. No, I don't know what it is. To apply for any graduate level medical degree, I have to have a BA in anything and all of my prerequisites completed. I dropped out of a philosophy BA program years ago to work instead. I could finish this degree for no. Look, guys. Don't. I know. It's the same amount of time. It doesn't matter. Look, if you're in great physical health, that means you go to the gym and you know that lifting weights sucks. It's the same amount of time of either twiddling your thumbs, jerking off the porn, or lifting weights. The time is gone. So why don't you take a lesson from lifting weights and not go back to the College of Gym for bullshit? Go back and get yourself a real undergrad so that if you decide to change your mind, like, I don't want to go become a nurse, you have a degree in accounting. You have a degree in actuarial science. You have a degree in nursing. Okay? You have something that gives you options. You didn't just piss away 2 more years of your life. I have a BA in philosophy. I dropped out of I could finish this degree fairly quick, which would be my fastest route towards getting a BA and all of my prerequisites in about 3 years. Oh, if it's 3 years, you might as well, you're just doing your degree all over. You get your prereqs out of the way. No, you're going to go into nursing. You want to go into the medical field? Go into nursing. That way, if you decide you don't want to become a doctor or a surgeon, you can become a nurse or a nurse practitioner or just a regular nurse and make some money. So I'd be 36 or so when all this is completed, which is funny. Since which is funny to me, since you say not to try until you're 35. Med school could come with negatives, though, such as massive amounts of debt. It's trouble finding a job. But I figure that, let's say I finished college and school residency at 45 years old, I still have a solid 20 years of work left in my life, which is still a long time. It would allow me to provide so much for my current and future family. No. You have to go to school for 10 years and you deprive your child and your family of your time. Oh, and by the way, you're going to be a financial drain on them. Any advice you could give me on my age and situation pursuing med school in the medical field is very much appreciated. I said, well, how old are the kids? Kid just turned 7. We would like to have a few more in 5 to 6 years. Well, I don't know. Is your wife a doctor or a surgeon? Who's going to pay the fucking money? Who's going to work while you're off at grad school? If you're going, I can understand like at daytime, you're watching over the kids. At nighttime, you go to school, or nighttime, you go to school online. But with nursing, I'd imagine you have to physically attend that class. You can't get a degree in nursing online. Here's what I'm going to do for multiple reasons. One, it is universal, unanimous. We've had several doctors write into my show, podcast, blog, whatever. And like lawyers, it's the most regretted profession. Those guys are like, no, it's not worth it. Don't become a doctor. And I think 2 of the 3 or 2 or 3 of the 4, whatever, they said go into a nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, something else. Don't become a doctor. It's not worth it. And the guy, I remember the emails as long as he went through every fucking test and every certification and quality. Fuck that shit. Fuck becoming a doctor. No, you're not going to become a doctor. And so that the time investment alone is one thing. Okay. It's just not worth it becoming a doctor, according to doctors. So that's my advice, is don't become a doctor. Still staying with your original strategy. Yeah, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, something like that. Absolutely. You'll make your bank. You'll still be there. It also allows you to avoid med school. And you would be able to at least be a part-time dad to your children. And that's the other reason you're not going to become a doctor. You have a little child and you want to have another one. Fuck you. No. You did the little come inside the vajayjay, and now boop, little children. Oh my goodness. And here you are, like some careerist feminist, like, I gotta go to med school. No, you will be a fucking father to your children, you dumb son of a bitch. And I understand you gotta go and do some kind of, but you are going to pursue a nursing program. If you're going to go into the medical field, you're going to go nursing, because then what that will allow you to do is you can attend some school online part-time. You could go to night school. You could spend time with your children, because are you going to work a job? Who's bringing in the money? I'm going to assume your wife is. Well, fucking A, you better start contributing to the family then by taking care of the kids every once in a while. And you can't do that when you got your head stuck in a book and you're going to med school. Not that nursing school is a cakewalk either, but at least there's a little bit more flexibility there. And it's not 13 years long. Then, upon getting a degree in nursing, you got your life cut out for you, man. You have to spend some time with the kids. You're going to have to work a little bit somewhere to bring some money into the family. You're going to have to go to school for nursing. Then when you have your degree in nursing, you might have to take a break and build up some money. And work and bring some money to the family. Then you go to school. I'm going to presume part-time or wherever. It depends on where you are at life, where your kids are. And then you're going to become a nursing assistant, or not nursing assistant, a physician's assistant, nurse practitioner, one of those advanced specialized nursing fields. And that's where that would be your ultimate goal. But right now, no. You have a little child and you want another one. Well, then guess what comes first, motherfucker? Your kids, not you. I don't care that you want to become a doctor. Fuck you. You will become something in the field that you would like to become that is more practical and will spend time. Because by the time you're a doctor, like, hey kids, I'm making the money now. Your kid's gonna be 20. He's not gonna. It's too late. And your absent will have brought up some pansified pussy soy boy who's, I think I'm a pan-quadriplegic Bulbasaur sexual. You wouldn't have raised him. He'll probably be on the hid drugs. And then you're going to come back to me in 20, my kids are all fucked up. They won't talk to me. What's going on? I'm a doctor. Because you put yourself first and not your family. So I'm trying to thread this needle best I can where you're allowed to go and make some money. You're allowed to go into this field, but you also have obligations to your family. So that's the nursing job. That's what I'm going to recommend you do. No super chats. Awesome. Wonderful. All right. That's it. Questions, answers, Asshole Consulting. Links down below. See you guys later. Toodles.